Hello. Alvin Boone here. You haters can keep bitching about the fact that I am a fan of Iwate. It's not going to stop me from shutting down all the people who want to talk smack about him. I'm still going to do it. In fact, I have a new liar to talk about. IwateCommentary. I am going to deconstruct both videos he made about Asa. I will start with IwateCommentary. In the video, he claims Asa doesn't go in depth anymore when he looks at other people's reviews.
Now he just attacks him for stupid reasons, such as silly gimmicks or anything else, like how they look. He rarely ever talks about the real video, and when he does, he doesn't even go in depth anymore.
I can excuse that fact because most people's reviews suck nowadays. Well, except for Razor Fists.
Asa, what happened? What do you have against all these YouTubers? I mean, you made a video attacking top 10 list.
Top 10 lists are stupid. They're all over the place just like angry reviewing. The reasons for rankings on them are often unfounded and silly. They need to be forgotten about and never used again. They are relics for museums, at best.
Don't believe me? Back in 2012, Hardcore Kid made a video called The Top 15 Smacked Up YouTubers List. And at number 7, he put Ace Salieri on there with Jay Frieden. And of course, his fanboys went crazy. And then Asa made a video response.
He had it coming. Don't think that mocking Asa is the same as flipping off a baby. The video was awful, regardless.
After the whole situation, he pretty much fooled Hardcore Kid as well as Cartoon Hero, one of the people who helped with the list, pretty much saying he's a nice guy outside of YouTube. I honestly can't believe that, considering how the way you act on YouTube, it's kind of hard to believe that you're, jolly outside in real life.
He's right. He is a nice guy.
I mean, okay, maybe I'm overreacting, but really, the reason behind the video, it's pretty stupid in my opinion. The video begins with him talking about how he was enjoying a football game, and after that, he proceeds to talk about, surprise, surprise, Bat Dan.
Tell it to Hollywood.
Really, it seems you only don't like Bat Dan. It's just the simple fact that he's still talking about Irate Gamer. Why does this bother you?
Because Irate Gamer is a cool dude. Even Asa said so. Sure, he was the subject to the first RAR, but they've patched things up thanks to AVGN's Cheetah Men scandal. Bat Dan is a fink for lying about Asa's family and for still sucking James and Doug's cocks. It's 2013. Let them die. Nobody makes fun of Chris Boers anymore and they shouldn't.
I mean, yes, the Irate Gamer really isn't relevant anymore, but people still talk about him because he still screws up and won't acknowledge his mistakes. And it really doesn't help that he even admits that he's Ladybugging 77 to his fans.
Prove it, I wait.
And other crap. I mean, you saw the Crywell Productions situation back in 2011. When you're pulling a bunch of crap like that, it's kind of hard not to keep talking about the guy.
Hospital, guess what happened? Bat Dan, the infamous jerk whose life revolves around two things, Irate Gamer's entire existence, and shoveling dirt on my name in any underhanded way he possibly can, decided to, surprise, surprise, shovel dirt on my name in any underhanded way he possibly could. You'd think that last year's public apology for lying about, the death threats thing would have calmed his vitriol a little. Nope.
Oh yeah, and this time, he decided to take a poke at my family and my cleanliness.
What really makes me sad, though, is that apparently he has a daughter who's probably learning his behavior from him, so she's gonna grow up to be a horrible person, too. The cycle of hatred continues. A sad state of affairs. Oh yes, I know some people legitimately worried for his children. His house is filthy and he curses in front of them all the time.
And this is why we hate Bat Dan.
Very messy home, look at that. Very classy move there, Batty.
I admit that it wasn't very classy for Bad 10 to attack your family like that, but on the other hand, I can kind of see why people are concerned. Especially how bad your attitude has become.
What bad attitude? I have never seen him talk down to people other than those who deserved it.
And the next part doesn't really help much. He pretty much bashes Bad 10 even more, pretty much saying he's a liar and the scum of the earth. Just because of his blog and a simple mistake like that.
But it's true. Bad Dan is the scum of the earth. His crimes against Asa gave him that title. It is 2013. Asa closed the book on Irate Gamer when he featured him on 4 consecutive episodes of RAR. If anyone does make fun of him at this point, it is likely that they are AVGN fanboys who sniff James Rolfe's farts and give him money. The fact that Bad Dan is a that guy with the glasses fan, too, doesn't help his case.
And Asa also admits that he hasn't involved the families of the people who he's insulted. True, but you have made death threats and have even pretty much gone to a neighborhood to see if anyone knew any dirt on Spoonie. So really, you're not much better.
Again with the death threats. Show me actual, recorded footage of Asa threatening to kill someone and I might believe you. Don't hide behind your Encyclopedia Dramatica screen caps. They are all fabricated lies made by its virgin contributors. As for Spoonie, Asa had every right to do those interviews. Spoonie is a talentless, money-grubbing piece of shit with absolutely no taste in movies and video games.
This is the problem with the internet community, the commentary community at large, is that they tend to attack the person and not the problem. And Batdan is one of the worst offenders of this.
I agree. Attack Dan Iwate, not Asa.
Oh, but it gets better. You know, the guy who originally supplied Batdan with one of the many falsehoods about my person that are currently roaming the web, namely Hardcore Kid, who claimed that I'd sent him death threats in an attempt to curry favor and sympathy with the internet at large, he decided to make money by attempting to take me down again.
Considering your track record, I wouldn't be surprised if you really did send him a death threat.
Again. Show me proof.
And once he starts showing the commentators, he proceeds to make fun of their appearance.
Who do we have?
Greetings, I am the cartoon hero, because with great nostalgia comes great responsibility.
What the... I'm hard-pressed to find a more ridiculous way to appear on camera. I've appeared shirtless on camera and wearing a friggin' ladder, and I've managed to look more dignified than you. A towel as a cape? Captain Underpants is gonna riff on me? Really?
I suppose I should counter with something as equally ridiculous. I am Fat Loser Man with my shield of justice and my dice bag of killing. I'm gonna throw my D20 at the losers online. Yeah, Fat Loser Man, shield of justice.
That was 1,000,000 times funnier than any Weird Al Yankovic song out there. I'm dead serious. Asa is one of the funniest people in the world and you are jealous that you don't have his perks.
Does the cape really detract from the video's quality? If he's making good points, it shouldn't matter.
Are you kidding me? Look at him. Asa himself just deemed this boy to look ridiculous. If you appear on camera, you have to look down to earth or at least have a decent costume. Then again, why play a character in a serious video? The towel looks stupid and the haircut and glasses make him look dumber. The fact that he reads off his computer hurts him further, but we'll see that in a bit.
This is what I'm talking about. And why are you even complaining about silly gimmicks when you used to have a talking Odyssey?
Don't you dare compare Asa's Odyssey to any random gimmick. Odyssey is cool. Random characters suck big time. End of story.
Then he proceeds to make fun of Waymoon's age, as well as how A-Log looks like Movie Bob, except with crappy video quality. As well how he seems to have awkward pausing.
I don't know much about that nerdy kid apart from the fact that he's buddies with the guy who made this video. I think I saw the fat guy comment on one of Asus videos. Don't know a lot, but I hear he had a bad rap anyways. Either way, they both suck for being in this video.
Here, I'm weird, and for those who may despise me, you better get used to it.
You're here, you're queer, and we'd better get used to making fun of you? Well,
I can't tell if he was being serious or it was another joke. If it was a joke, then wow, that wasn't funny.
It was a joke. You're too stupid to see it.
Oh, and just listen to what he has to say about DLA's appearance.
Wait a minute. This is the loser who does I can't believe it's not AVGN? He looks even more pathetic than I even imagined. Asa, what do you have to say?
DL Abawaku? Wow, he finally had the balls to appear on camera. I can see now why he wouldn't before. I mean, he has George Wood jowls and a horrible-looking toupee that looks like he carved it out of one of his house pets. And he's wearing tacky shades. Bravo! I mean, if I thought Irate Gamer gave me material for years, your stupid-looking rug alone gives me a lifetime of jokes. Oh, and speaking of tacky shades, this, apparently, is a hardcore kid. As you can see, everything in this image screams, poser! This kid is 19 years old. None of what's on his wall is from his time. Well, maybe this thing, I don't know, I can't make out what it is. But Akira, 1988. Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Yeah, I get the feeling he just wants to belong so bad. But he's just such an insufferable fake twat that a lot of people tire of him in seconds.
Asa, there's nothing wrong with liking stuff that came out before your time. I mean, I like the Stranglers, and they came out in the 70s. Really, is that such a bad thing?
Yes. It is bad. None of the stuff from the time he lives in even gets a scrap of praise. I have seen an earlier video of his where he trashes Justin Bieber and the Jonas Brothers. It is okay, however, if you love music and movies from before your time. If, and only if, you are an art expert. This guy is not.
And also, has it ever occurred that Hardcore Kid is just a character?
Don't give me the character's excuse. It doesn't work.
Of course, you probably just make fun of the character himself, considering of all the comments that you made about the appearance, especially about DLA and Cartoon Hero.
Those miscreants deserved every letter. If you do not have the appropriate clothes or physical appearance, you have no business in front of a camera.
What's worse is that he's still not done. He's continued the camera and how he doesn't resort to silly gimmicks. He just appears on as himself. Well, so has Waymu, but you make fun of his age.
And the problem with that is what?
Really, what does it take to please you?
It is not that hard. Really. Watch his videos, leave comments, laugh at the people he shows on RAR. That is about the gist of it. If you raise so much as a finger in defiance against him, you will hear from Asa. You will hear from us. If you dislike his videos, keep it to yourself. Don't thumbs down his vids and don't respond to his videos with lies like some morons do.
Why does the gimmick matter? Just watch the video and listen to what they have to say. That's the most important thing. And it seems you've forgotten about that.
Do you realize how many people use gimmicks in videos nowadays? It's like a disease and it must be killed.
And not stick to one topic like I have in the past. Unlike the whole of the commentary community, I've at least attempted to evolve. Also, I've not made 1 penny on my videos, nor do I expect to be famous or a millionaire from what I do. Apparently this translates to, well, he must certainly be jealous of everyone who does. No, other people's success has no bearing on my own.
Don't you see? He said it himself, he is not jealous of other people's success. It's when killjoys like you worthless freaks criticize him that he lashes back. I'll take his word for it.
I merely talk about a plethora of topics on my channel for my viewers. That's it. Why, oh, why is this such a crime to you zealots?
It's simple, Asa. Because you did those videos about that guy with the glasses and AVG and that they deemed you worse than Hitler. They don't want to admit that they aren't funny anymore. It's like you said, Doug hasn't been funny in years.
The reason why sane people don't like you is because how when you do reviewing a reviewer, you just insult them as people rather than the actual video. And really, you just have a large ego. There's really no point in denying it, especially when you went insane on a blog criticizing you.
That is a dirty lie. Iwate. Which blog criticized Asa? Was it IG Sucks blog? That's a given if it is. They hate Asa's guts as it is. Perhaps it was Laser Squad's blog? They never gave Asa the benefit of the doubt and wouldn't let him explain. Everyone on there is a pussy. Especially you, Kiki. We can even go obscure and say it was Fire Blogger's vitriolic old entry on him from 2010. Everyone who criticizes him is a jealous sympathizer of James and Doug.
Then he goes on about good criticism and bad criticism. Pretty much saying good criticism is pretty much doing it in a tame way, not insulting someone.
Learn, L-Team. This is how to do it the right way. Now let's take a look at you guys.
Look for Mr. Goodbar. Get your mojo working now. I'll show you how. You can dare to be stupid.
Number 7 is a tie between two internet reviewers, A. Salieri and Jay Friedan.
You know, I would love to hear what Jay Friedan has to say about this, considering A, you are using his image to make ad revenue without his express permission to do so, something I know he takes issue with, and I'm sure you do too. And B, you openly call him a douchebag at minute 9:22.
As for Jay Friedan, yeah, he's a douchebag.
Yeah, you tell me to stay classy?
Keep it classy, Asa.
Yeah, you guys combined have about as much class as a guy taking a dump on Old Glory. You guys have no position on which to stand on. You openly insult people without provocation and for no joking purpose.
Asa, you seem to have missed a tiny key word in that statement. Estimated. As in, not the final figure. You moron.
And you make blanket statements based purely on conjecture.
How dare they not be tame with Jay Friedan and pretty much just point out what he's done wrong and bring up good points? Really? Calm down, Asa. And you know what's funny? This is the exact same way you reacted on the blog that criticized you.
They were the ones talking shit about him. He went on there to defend himself, they wouldn't give him a chance to speak. If anything, Asa was the victim of that story. A victim of a biased sycophant. If he were allowed to tell his side of the story, he'd send their asses soaring those space, just like he did to the guys in this video.
I'm serious. When Laser Squad, the author of the fake Batman Sucks blog, made the article on A. Salieri, he made multiple comments pretty much trying to play victim and claiming that Laser Squad had no evidence and all this other crap.
Asa tried to explain for 50 comments, but Laser Squad and his orgy partners wouldn't let him.
Really? All you did was prove all of Laser Squad's points on that post.
You stammered. You really are making shit up.
Asa, I don't want to dislike you.
Oh, is that why you called me a moron?
This might be a nitpick, but he calls you a moron later in the video.
Pretty dishonest there, buddy.
If you call someone a name, then they must mean it. Asa remarked about how everyone looked. Therefore it is true. By standing up for these losers, I am wondering whether or not you are friends with any of them personally or are just a butthurt fanboy of all of them.
Now, notice how this guy reads from his screen. Look at his eyes, look how they move. He doesn't have the key abilities you need to make videos where you appear on screen. That is, either the ability to say things on the fly, or the ability to memorize a script. This guy is so friggin' lazy, he just types it all out and reads it all back to you. How is this entertaining? You have all the charisma of, well, a lame nerd wearing a blanket around his neck and trying to sound smarter than you really are. That is to say, none at all. If you guys are gonna monetize this shit, you should at least have the respect for your audience to at least attempt to give a crap about your presentation.
Doesn't writing a script kind of imply that you do give a crap about your presentation?
No. No, no. No. What he's wearing invalidates everything he says. The fact that he reads his scripts on camera speaks volumes for how not fit he is to make videos. Asa has just stressed this fact. Even commentators who use still images don't use scripts. Sure, we can see their faces and stuff, but we can still believe them when they say they don't. Only losers read from scripts.
And really, it's not that noticeable, at least not for me, that he's reading off of this.
What are you? Blind? Anybody can see past that glare on his lens.
And really, is it really that bad that he has to read a script?
Only posers need scripts for commentaries.
Not everyone can memorize their scripts, or make stuff up on the fly.
Then they are not fit to make videos.
So, what did he actually say in his little rant?
To be sure, you may have started off doing pretty much the exact same thing DLA does, riffing on bad reviews. I can respect that. However, even then, there always seemed to be this air you had in your videos. The attitude that underneath it all you were thinking, I'm better than you are.
Asa really is better than you. He's better than all of you worthless craps. He's better than AVGN. He's better than the Nostalgia Critic. He's better than Linkara, Spoonie, the Cinema Snob, and any other that guy with the glasses scammer. He's funny, he has cool shit, makes good videos, and to top it all off, has a wife and kids. He's a million times better than you and me. Deal with it.
In a comedy video, this can work. But that attitude does not change with all of the other videos you've made since then. It's not just that you're picking on critics that I like and respect. Hell, even I've made fun of the Nostalgia Critic.
I suppose I can respect that, but the fact that you're a fan of his mitigates that.
But your arrogance has only gotten worse with time. More often than not, I get the feeling that you're not even faking this for the sake of comedy. What vendetta do you have against people who make videos on the internet?
He is against people who he deems have no business making reviews. He is not against Razorfist or Helsing 920 making videos. They are friends of his. The only people who hate them are trolls. He is not against me making this video either.
It seems a tad hypocritical that essentially you're doing the same thing they are by reviewing them. This seems especially true of the people on That Guy with the Glasses and the AVGN.
I knew it. You're an AVGN and That Guy with the Glasses fanboy. That explains your butthurt.
Who you keep trying to dig up dirt on despite most of what you're saying being based on pure conjecture.
He has piles and piles of proof, such as archived Skype chats. Go ask him. That Suburban Night's crucifixion really happened. Ignore the lies of his detractors.
And the AVGN movie drama has only added more fuel to your fire.
Stop talking. Let's give Asa a chance to tell his side of the story.
So to summarize, this guy thinks that I am arrogant and that I somehow have a vendetta against thatguywiththeglasses.com and AVGN. I don't.
See? Like I told you. Right from the man himself.
Yeah, I have to call bullshit on that.
Shut up, Iwate.
You made slanderous comments on them on your old channel, even made videos pretty much making fun of them, and apparently you even left hateful comments on the forums.
Like Fan Wankenstein? That was calling Doug, Noah, and Lewis what they really were. However, since Boars is cool with Asa now, it's just a relic of 2010.
You're still harping on the Kickstarter.
Kickstarters are tools that cheapskates use to get money. They don't put any effort into making it themselves. They beg other people for cash.
In fact, as you saw earlier, I haven't made a video on thatguywiththeglasses.com in over a year. A year, folks!
The entirety of the A Salieri 2 channel has in total one video on Linkara, and it wasn't even made by me! That disproves the notion that I somehow have something against them. Hell, I was so sick of the accusations made against me by their fanboys that I made a New Year's resolution to stay the hell away from that website. I broke it when someone linked me to that vitriolic comment made on the site by Batdan, but I haven't made videos about them in over a year, and I intend to keep it that way. Because I know their fans are insanely defensive and unreasonable.
Handled like a mature, responsible adult.
And you ended up breaking that promise, considering the fact that you've made at least 2 videos on that guy with glasses.
It's not Asa's fault that he made a video on them.
The one on Linkaro's ad block video, and one on the Nostalgia Critic. And
as for the fact that you claim you don't have a vendetta based on the fact that you haven't made a video, it's not limited to just videos, you know. Other comments, as well as your overall attitude, can says a lot. And your attitude towards the site shows that you still have this ridiculous hatred of them.
Also, what's with the joke and wits count? What does this prove? It just proves that he's trying to be serious.
No. It proves that none of these guys are funny.
What's wrong with that?
Asa, obviously, wanted a little humor mixed in with what Towelman was saying. He found none.
He even does it with DLA's part when he talks about how Asa was complaining how James Rolfe was pretty much scamming their fans.
He did scam his own fans. Asa has a bunch of videos chronicling Rolfe bilking everyone in order to fund his shitty-ass movie.
And Asa claims that he's only made one solitary video, pretty much saying how the insane budget from all the donations, DVD sales, etc. is not going to be reflected in the final budget. This part isn't too bad, especially considering the fact that he complains about the AVGN fanboys, which you have to admit is pretty insane.
Everyone knows the AVGN fanbase is wild and stupid. The Salieri fanbase, of which I am proudly part of, won't attack other people unless we're provoked. You are free to disagree about something Asa says, but don't make it public. Asa is very sensitive.
Though I have to ask, why are you still making Captain Underpants jokes? We get it. You think the cartoon hero looks like Captain Underpants. Move on.
You can't tell him to quit. Only Asa can decide for himself and others when enough is enough.
I ain't buying it, and with good reason. First off, IMDb is basically the Wikipedia of movies. If something is even rumored, it gets a page. Secondly, did you even look past the budget portion? The page lists Will Ferrell as the executive producer. Yes, Will Ferrell. How'd James get him with $300,000?
Wait. That's DLA's voice? It's horrible. It's so bad that it makes the rowdy reviewer seem tolerable. If your appearance didn't already kill your credibility, then that dying cat of a voice finished the job. I'm sorry, I won't take you seriously. Again. If you don't look right or sound good, you have no business making videos.
My god, that video was made in early April, it is now early June, and you guys are still bitching about that video.
Asa is right, as usual. Bitching about stuff Asa has done in the past is as stupid as it gets. If he says something is irrelevant, then it is. No questions.
Well, it really doesn't help that you're still harping on the whole Kickstarter thing.
Shut up, Iwate. This is different. AVGN's movie still hasn't come out, so the Kickstarter and funding for it is still relevant. The video Asa made about it is not.
And this is the same guy who told us to stop talking about Irate Gamer. Wow.
Yes. Stop talking about Irate Gamer. Asa closed the book on him in 2009. The two are friends now, and they even did an April Fool's video. Even his mother likes Asa. You'd have to be stupid not to like him. If anyone still wants to spoof or rant on a gamer, rant on AVGN or Angry Joe. Anyone but Chris Bores. Again, Asa himself has declared him to be cool.
Though he admits that many of the issues that DLA brought up were pretty much talked about in the comments, and how but he also still believes that AVGN is not going to use the whole budget. And how they publicly denied Will Ferrell.
And let's not get started on that piss-poor parody you made of Kick-Assia.
Wait. Text? DLA did one of the shitty text commentaries on Punch Stick, ya? that son of a bitch.
I actually like that special, but I can admit that it has its flaws.
You actually enjoyed Kick-Ass Ia? That tears it, you're a fanboy. Even if you admit to it having problems.
Oh, you can? Is that why you're fervently attacking people who don't think it was all that great?
Where did you see the cartoon hero complain about other people not liking Kick-Ass Ia? Or is this just more of you not accepting criticism?
How in the world can anybody not like Punch Dick Ia? Sure, it has the creep game boob in it, but it had Pissed Jose too. I really enjoy Pissed Jose.
Isn't the whole point of parodying something to show that you can do it better than they can while making fun of it?
No, dumbass. Tell him, Asa.
No, the point of parody is to just take something and make fun of it. That's it.
Yeah, even I admit that was a pretty dumb statement by the cartoon hero.
Finally. We agree on something, Iwate. Too bad it took us 30 minutes.
In the next part, Cartoon Hero complains how Asa just throws in a random review. But Asa admits that it was just to show while separate, the two characters are idiots, but when they come together, they are very good at reviewing.
And it really shows that your movie has credibility when not only the Game Dude, but Helsing 920 appear in it. Keep it classy, Asa.
Fuck you, Captain Underpants. Helsing is awesome. He can see the merits of movies that everyone seems to bag on. As for Game Dude, I'll let Asa explain.
Huh. I thought Game Dude being in my video after us being at each other's throats on YouTube for so long was a testament to how easy it is to actually get along with me. And I don't see how credibility factors into a 12-minute film about two guys being silly on camera. How do you figure credibility even matters here?
Another big win for Asa. Yay.
Again, I'll agree with that, since it's really just a parody.
You missed the point entirely.
Oh, and speaking of fanboys...
We weren't speaking of fanboys just now, but okay, interrupt away, poser kid.
An impartial way possible. His fanboys are batshit insane.
No. No. We are not insane, tries too hardcore, kid. We only act when idiots like you and Iwate and Captain Underpants spread lies about Asa. When anybody drags his name through the mud, we take action. We don't do it just because. Asa is a treasure that we won't allow to be sullied. If you got your information from Encyclopedia Dramatica, you have automatically pissed away your creds. Nothing about Asa on there is true.
Whoa, dude, if you're gonna make a point, stop the darn thing so we can read clear examples that support your claim.
He has no proof that we're batshit crazy, he's making it up.
Can't you just hit the pause button?
Shut up, Iwate.
Automatically prove your point. Again, you guys are lazy as hell and you don't put any effort into your arguments or your videos for that matter. This is why I have zero respect for you.
Really? Just because their production values aren't as good as yours? Really?
If this is the kind of people you're influencing, that doesn't make you a good reviewer. It makes you an asshole.
So my viewers are what makes me an asshole? Well then by that logic, that guy with the glasses, AVGN, and indeed anybody with any amount of fans is also an asshole.
That might be what he was implying, if that line wasn't taken out of context.
What's worse is that just like That's So Jack and Alex Owns Your Face, he treats them like his own personal drones. I am sorry, but when I see a bunch of bullshit on innocent users' videos, like a bunch of thumbs down, false flaggings, and people basically white knighting Asa like he's Joseph Stalin, it makes me feel fucking sick. If this is the kind of people you're influencing, that doesn't make you a good reviewer. It makes you an asshole.
All of that is null and void based on the way he looks. Because of the fact that he used a homophobic slur in his review of Boku no Pico, any defense you have of him is rendered irrelevant by default.
Salieri does seem like an intelligent bloke, but he's the type of guy who gains enemies fast because he tells it like it is.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it, and ostensibly that's how I ended up on your video.
Bingo.
Maybe with A-Log, but with everyone else, they just don't like your ego. They really don't like your execution of the videos, and I have to agree.
He does not have an ego. In fact, his wife has apparently said. But at least Asa doesn't have a superiority complex. He is one of the humblest people in the world.
Especially to all the people who criticize you.
Oh yeah, right.
You're a complete retard that wouldn't know good if it were to rape you repeatedly day after day to keep reminding you who it was.
I remember this clip. It was reused a million times in this one video from about 2 years ago that tried to paint Asa as a hypocrite. Not sure if it was deleted for bullying or the user got chased off of the internet for good. Either way, it was a waste of time and space.
Today, to commemorate how much I hate fags, but have no problem with homosexual people, we're going to make fag cookies! That's right, fag cookies. Now, I know the red markings in these cookies are made from 100% blood of fag.
The difference between Poser Kid and Asa's videos is that Asa clearly defined how he was using the word fag. His definition of fag amounted to worthless people, not homosexuals. It was an attack on Jeffrey Dan, so it was okay.
I love how he just skipped over that part entirely, as well.
For what reason should he have shown it?
Since then, he's a sworn enemy of those behind That Guy with the Glasses, Refuting, the Irate Gamer, the Angry Video Game Nerd, and many internet reviewers in general. It appears that the guy has a hint of jealousy over the fact that he got rejected for being too much of a dick.
Well, there's that jealousy argument again. Who rejected me, dude? Reviewtopia? I mean, why don't you substantiate your argument? Do your homework, guys. I'm a video maker, although a humble one.
Humble?
Shut up, Iwate.
Very limited but appreciative audience. I do this thing for fun, as a hobby pretty much. I don't expect greatness, and I don't expect to make millions of dollars on my channel. I don't expect to be famous or anything. I don't believe I'm better than anyone. I just make videos for fun.
Only a truly great person denies that they're better than anyone else. This is a fact, and it speaks volumes about Asa's personality.
Give my opinion out there to the 3 or 4 dudes who'll listen to me. Does this automatically make me jealous of people who get handed $500,000 for saying shit and fuck a lot? No. I mean, are you jealous of the fact that I have more viewers than you do? Of course not. It's a ridiculous cop-out argument that lazy people use to not have to think.
Asa, you made a video bashing Reviewtopia after you got rejected and how Satan got accepted.
No. Doc Pepper and his buddies ganged up on Asa. Doesn't help that they have a guy on there who's a ripoff of Asa either.
And you even made comments against the site.
After what they did, can you blame him?
My problem with Asa Salieri is not that he dislikes what I like. My problem is his attitude and the execution of how he makes fun of it. Again, I know several people who like his videos, and that's perfectly fine. But as for me, I can't stomach them.
And you show as your example my parody of the food reviewer. So what you're saying is that you don't like my ridiculous, exaggerated parodies of some people, so therefore I must be an asshole?
Since when did the background clip have to be that specific to what they're talking about?
Because he used it.
Yes, it was footage of a parody that you did. So what? That's not the point he was trying to make. He was just trying to point out that, really, that you just have a giant ego and seem to attack any reviewer. Once again, you're just nitpicking the hell out of this. Anyway, there's really nothing else I can say on this video. The actual video, it might not be horrible, but really, to me, it just cried, "How dare you make fun of me! You're all idiots! I'm right, you're wrong!" And yeah, he did come up with some good points, but most of the time, he was nitpicking and taking things out of context. And sadly, this does not change. He does a lot of this in his regular reviewing of reviewer videos. And I'm actually going to show you next time. Anyway, to Asa, you've got to learn how to accept criticism. This isn't the first time he's bitched about being criticized. He's even gotten to the point of taking down videos. Just get some help.
Glad that's over. For the most part, this video consisted of nothing but some guy white-knighting a bunch of people for having the balls to talk bad about Asa. He also spread lies and slander about him too. We only agreed on a handful of points. Ultimately, this amounted to little more than the increasingly rare attack video on Asa. Though this video is completely debunked, I am not done with IwateCommentary yet. This is Alvin Boone signing off. Oh, one more thing. An awesome friend of Asus, TOG Professor, did a video on this commentary too. You should check it out. It's got sexy pictures of stalking in them. That's a plus in my book.